Hello, hello. Welcome to the Pink Moon Cleanse. We're so happy that you're here. My name is Erin Fugate, and we're going to go through a short presentation to tell you what this cleanse is all about, explain the vision for you, help you be prepared with some of the supplies you might want, and tell you some important dates, and definitely answer your questions. So the first thing that's so important to know is the dates of the actual cleanse. We're going to start cleansing on April 6th and finish cleansing on May 5th. Now, there's something significant about those two dates, and it's a big part of the theme of this cleanse. April 6th is the full pink moon, and May 5th is the full flower moon. So when we're actually in the cleanse, we're going to be going full moon to full moon. And within this time, we also have the spring equinox. I think we have some other special astrological events that we'll be talking about, but the really important concept that we want to present is the power of going from full moon to full moon. The moon phases can mean different things to different people. Personally, the full moon for me is a time of celebration, a time of letting go. So it's perfect for me to start on the full moon and end on the full moon. Now we'll also have a few new moons in there, and that's a great time to set your intentions. So we'll be talking about this concept throughout the cleanse. We'll be talking about getting more in touch with the natural rhythms of nature. And one of the reasons that we're giving you so much time, the time of this recording, it's March 4th. Our preparation webinar won't be till March 20th, and then we won't start our cleanse to April 6th. It's so that you really have the time to contemplate what you want out of this cleanse, to collect your medicine basket so you have the different herbs and oils and tools that you're going to want to use during the cleanse, to talk to your mentor, the person who invited you here, to talk to us, to be in the Facebook group, so that you are really ready when we come to that 30 days of cleansing and possibly using some herbs and oils to take a part of. I'm going to introduce one of my co-presenters and also one of the facilitators of the cleanse. Her name is Contessa Beth, and I'm going to give it over to you, Contessa.
Hi, thank you. My name is Contessa Beth, as she said, of Floating Root. That is my namesake and also my business name for I harvest seasonal wild foraged plant products to make into products, and also mixing creativity and the creative life with the plant world. So I'm going to first tell you my why for cleansing, and then maybe you already have your why. This is also why we're starting so early on this, is sometimes you think you have your why, and then you're like, wow, I really need to think about that more. Of why I want to do this and why we cleanse in the first place. The two things that really came up for me about why I wanted to do this cleanse was, number one, I got an invitation, community. Erin said to me, I'm cleansing. Do you want to cleanse? And if she hadn't invited me, I think I probably would have done my own solitary way of cleansing. But bringing in a community during a time that can sometimes be rough, sometimes be seen as a rough road, although we're hoping to make it more of a celebration, to get you through some of the confusion that might come up, just for motivation. It's so nice to have community. I am one of those people who's a bit of a hermit, and so I tend to want to do everything by myself. And so just getting this community together and having all the information and wisdom and knowledge that we can all get in here during the cleanse is definitely so motivating. And then the other reason, big reason that I want to cleanse during this time, during this season, is being so connected to the plant world and the celestial world. I'm already in the flow and using the moon as a motivator. I use the plants as motivators. And they are so particularly powerful during this springtime season. And a lot of the plants are coming back to life. but there's also like so much amazing plant medicine that is being concentrated in our plant world. And they're going through, our planet is going through a cleansing every spring. And so just to be a part of that seems so important. So as you're thinking about your whys, if you already have a why, please share it in the chat. And if you don't, just use this as inspiration. There's a list here of things, of maybe other potential reasons why we cleanse and why you would cleanse, and your personal why. Releasing old patterns, healing your gut, moving stuck emotions. I think a lot of people tend to think cleansing is all about the body. And here we really want to put an emphasis on a full body, mind, and soul bloom for spring, and doing whatever cleanse you need to do in order to get to your why. So if that's just reconnecting with the rhythms of nature, and doing one thing a day that really connects you to nature, that's your cleanse. And most importantly, we just want to create, by coming together, create sustainable habits that will all elevate our lifestyle as we go through this entire year. Some think of spring as the new year, and this is our way of bringing in that new year. So I'm going to hand it back. If people want to, keep putting your whys up in the comments, and make sure your tab is to everyone. Sometimes when people send things in chat, it'll just go to one person. So at the bottom of the chat, it says send to, and then make sure it's on everyone before you send it out. But I'll give it back to you, Erin.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I love reading everybody's reasons. Letting go of energetic baggage, cleansing to feel younger and more vital, releasing old patterns, gut health, reset, reconnect, renew, potential. It's so, so good. Love it. Okay. So I want to share a little bit about why I cleanse on a regular basis and what cleansing has done for me. So Contessa and I actually met in the LA art cirque scene, which was a really cool environment. We would do crazy things like put on performances. Contessa is an aerialist artist. I used to manage DJs, but there was a dark side to that world for me. And it's that I started drinking a lot and taking a lot of recreational drugs. So at a certain point, after about 8 years in the party scene, I started to have weird rashes all over my body. I had horrible stomach aches. I actually had horrible stomach aches my whole life. I couldn't walk more than a city block without being in extreme pain. I had headaches. I was riddled with anxiety and depression, and I was so tired all the time, like total adrenal fatigue. So I started on a healing journey where I wanted to change my life, and I started to change my habits. I started to eat more healthy nutrition. I started going to yoga. I started meditating. I found essential oils, and I began to incorporate essential oils and high quality supplements. And I was learning all these amazing things about my health. And then I went to a workshop a lot like this, and I found out about the importance of doing a regular cleanse using different herbs and supplements, which we are going to talk about today. And one of the big reasons that I decided to start cleansing is all these things that were going on in my body. I found out it was candida based. I had a candida overgrowth in my gut, and so bad that I had to be pretty extreme. I let go of all caffeine. I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped eating any kind of refined sugar. I basically went on a complete candida diet. And then I did this cleanse that we're going to tell you about. And it was so wonderful and so powerful, and eradicated my candida so well that I actually did it quarterly for about 5 years. And I do believe that it is one of the main things that turned my health around. I don't have the stomach aches anymore. oh, I can walk, I can hike, I can do all kinds of things. However, let me tell you something. I have two children. One is 2 years old, one is 5 years old. I have not been able to cleanse on a regular basis like I like to because I've been breastfeeding. And I will tell you, not cleansing on a regular basis for a little over 5 years has negatively impacted my health. And it's kind of hard to get back in the flow. And that's why I need all of you. And I'm sure that you need all of us because we need that community. I want to get back to the place where I am cleansing on a regular basis, ideally quarterly for me, so that I can get back to that place of health that I once had. And I really haven't felt in over 5 years. So now I want to introduce you to Sandra Freeman. She is an Own Your Energy intuitive coach. She is also a Reiki master and a hands-on energy medicine, I will say master as well. She has worked with probably thousands and thousands of people over her long history in the field of wellness and healthcare. And I know that she is extremely passionate about cleansing. So I want to bring Sandra Freeman on to talk to us about why, Sandra, do you think, after you have seen all your different clients, and I know I go to you on the regular basis for the complaints that happen in my body and my mind and my spirit, why do you think it's important to cleanse? You're muted.
Why it's important to cleanse from the point of view of a practitioner, which is what Erin asked me to touch on, is because the cleanse and all the things that the cleanse can be is when I see somebody that I'm working with take that level of being proactive, it makes me really, really happy. Because that's the ultimate empowerment is someone saying, I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to be proactive. I'm not going to wait till I'm at gunpoint and then start doing something about it. So that it's so important. And then for me personally, in the world that we live in, our exposure to toxins is insane. It's ever increasing. It does matter how much we allow them to accumulate in us. And since I'm more of an elder person, I can say that, yes, maybe the way our food was produced when I was a child wasn't as toxic, but I've been on the planet for X amount of decades, and toxins not only are increasing, but if we don't cleanse, they're going to build up. And the very last thing I want to say is I love it that we're doing this cleanse to release what doesn't serve us and is toxic for us on all levels, and not just have it be about one thing necessarily.
Thank you. Thank you. So that's the story behind the Pink Moon Cleanse. And if this is an enjoyable experience for everyone, then we will definitely do it again. And so we can't wait to hear all of your feedback. I'm going to turn it over to Contessa. Is this you or am I talking here? I'm confused.
That's you.
Okay, thanks.
You're the vision.
Okay, so a little bit more about this vision of why we want to do the cleanse in this held container. So sometimes, and please put it in the chat if you've ever had this experience, sometimes when I hear the word cleanse, I have this icky feeling in my body. Like, oh no, I'm going to have to give up things, or it's going to be uncomfortable, or I'm going to have to suffer through the time. And so there can be this feeling of dread, and it can sometimes be very intense and overwhelming. So we wanted to bring a celebration to it. It's actually a celebration. Your beautiful, magical, incredible body has the ability to heal itself. It has the ability to change through the seasons if we give it what it needs. So that's a big part of the vision of this cleanse. We also wanted to bring in the aspects of the moon and the natural rhythms because our bodies are affected by that. I don't know if anyone else is feeling this way, but towards the end of February, beginning of March, I start to feel a little depressed. I really want spring to come. I need sunshine. I'm done with the hibernation. So in many ways, this is a celebration of all of us. If you're in the United States, our side of the hemisphere, I know we have Australians, so you're a little switched around from where we are, but many of us are coming out of the darkness. We're coming into spring. And isn't that a metaphor for other parts of our life? What if a cleanse is coming out of the darkness, being ready to bloom? I kind of think about the metaphor of gardening, how we will work our beds and we'll put compost in and we'll move things around before we plant those seeds that will then bloom. And how perfect is it that we're going pink moon to flower moon? So the pink moon, for me, pink is about self-love. It's about that nurturing. And then the flower moon is that full bloom. So that is the vision. And what we really want to keep reiterating through this webinar is that you get to pick your own vision. Like some of us have mentioned, you might go the full cleanse and do diet changes and incorporate exercise and meditation, and you might take herbs and supplements to help your body flush out toxins. But maybe your cleanse is going to be about cleansing your space. Maybe it's about cleansing relationships. Maybe you're going to want to incorporate one new habit each week. You are the creator of this, and you really get to cultivate that vision. And that's part of why we have so much time to do it. We'll be announcing some of the other elements of the cleanse, but just a little sneak peek. We're going to have some writing exercises, journaling, and poetry to really help you touch into that. So now I'm turning it over to Sandra to talk about how you can use herbs and oils to make this cleanse even more powerful. I think you need to unmute yourself,
Yes,
Sandra.
I keep forgetting about the mute. So this is obviously one of the ways we may think about most when we're talking about cleansing and taking in the power of what the plant world has to offer us. And some of us really like to, think about the different systems within our physiological functioning that contribute to helping a cleanse if they're open, and make a cleanse more challenging if they're not open. So learning about that. We want everybody who's excited about doing a cleanse to find what is going to be right for them. There is no one set blueprint or one rule about the way this is supposed to look. But this will be part of the focus during the time that we offer education, and certainly when we get to the preparation webinar on March 20th, we'll be talking about some of the choices that you can make and perhaps help you decide what you're going to do. And I think that just briefly, I'm going to mention that for those of you that want to use doTERRA Cleanse and Restore Kit, just would like to say a few words about this. You want to have enough time for your kit to come. Or if you're not ordering the kit, but you're using part of these products, you want to have enough time to get it ordered and have it get to your home. So a few words about this. I personally am going to use the Cleanse and Restore products, and we'll go into more detail about those things either in the Q&A if somebody wants to ask in the Q&A, and definitely by the 20th. If you're not sure about all of these things, we can help make recommendations about what to start with. If you've never taken any of these, never been on the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and you're not sure how much you want to do, I would say choose the Lifelong Vitality Pack over any other supplements, because as you begin that is a cleanse in and of itself. So that's a little thing that, I mean, you definitely want to check in with whoever invited you, or with Erin, Contessa Beth, or the Facebook group, to get your questions answered. And part of what the tone that I would like to set for this is that we're not scrambling around right before April 6th, because then we're bringing all that stress into the cleanse. That this is I really want to encourage us to think of this as a sustainable thing that's going to become part of our life in some way. And that includes not being totally stressed and worried about whether or not the stuff is coming and not having the information, but doing it with more grace and ease coming into the 6th.
Thank you. I'd like to go back for one moment and just point out this really important part of the ingredients that are in some of these products, and we'll go into more detail in March 20th. But specifically, the Zendocrine capsules and the Zendocrine oil, they can be very supportive at cleansing your liver and kidneys. And then incorporating essential oils into your water can be so powerful because of the ingredients that are in there. And then this GX Assist one, I just want to highlight it, especially anyone who's dealing with Candida, because this is really the one that made a difference for me. It has oregano and caprylic acid in it, and those just eradicate the Candida. It's so good. So this is one of the reasons Sandra is suggesting you reach out to the person who invited you or to one of us, because each individual will have a different goal and maybe a different reason. And we will be able to help you decide, do I take all the products, or do I just do one, or some combination of that? So we're going to move on to some other items that you might want to start collecting or thinking about. And I would really love it if everybody would put in the chat, especially if you have cleansed with us before, what are some items that you use, like complementary items for your cleanse? We're going to really recommend that you have the Meta Power blend. So that's a metabolic blend, but you can think of this essential oil blend as a health tonic. It's helped many of our community members who have Lyme disease kind of manage some of their symptoms, and it's a lovely blend for cleansing. In the program, we're going to talk about drinking bone broth, and my favorite thing to add to bone broth is celery seed essential oil. It's great for your digestive system, and anytime I'm starting to get sick, I'll take a capsule of it because it often starts in the digestive system anyways. You might want some Epsom salt for detoxifying baths. You're going to want some Celtic sea salt or high mineral salt to add to your water. You might want an alternative sweetener if you're trying to let go of sugar. You might want a coffee substitute if you're letting go of coffee. And you might want castor oil pack supplies if castor oil packs are something you'd like to do. And you might want the Zendocrine blend, essential oil blend. You have the capsules and the herbs in the kit, but not the blend. I've been gathering a lot of these recommended items on my Amazon. I have an Amazon shop. So you can go to the link in the screen, and I'll put it in the chat and on the Facebook group to see some of our favorite items. I just want to see what people are recommending for additional things. Okay, yes, tapping. EFT tapping is great. And we have Kate Goldstein on the webinar, and she's a tapping expert. Maybe we'll get her to do a live in the cleanse. Dry brushing, lemon in your water. Remembering you don't have to do bone broth. You can do vegan or vegetarian. We'll have some recipes in the Facebook group. Juicing. Oh, that's great. Oh, and adding the fiber and the greens. Yes, doTERRA has a great fiber and a great green powder. That would be a good thing to add. Skincare, additional skincare, eating way more vegetables. these are great recommendations. We're going to start a thread in the Facebook group so we can keep talking about how you can add on to this cleanse. And now you really begin to see how there isn't just one cookie cutter way to do the cleanse. You might come into it because you want to clear up your skin, or maybe you're coming into it because you have stomach aches, or maybe you're coming into it because you have brain fog. So each of those different goals might have a different set, like we call it a medicine basket. What's in your medicine basket for this cleanse? Okay, we're coming to the end here, but I first want to have Contessa come back on and tell us about the additional magic you can expect in the cleanse.
All right. Yeah, I would love to. Just a reminder, the Facebook group is open and active, and things are being added daily and will continue to be added throughout the month. And sharing all of these ideas that you're sharing in the chat are amazing. Like, please go do that in the Facebook group as well, because we can all use these reminders. We all want to, if we know something works really well for us, please share that with the group. And as the cleanse gets going and you have a particular success or low with something you tried, like, please get on there and share your experiences. And on top of that, we will be having on the Facebook a lot of Facebook Lives throughout the month of the cleanse with some amazing offerings that have come out of the woodwork. It's so amazing. I'm so excited for all of these sharings. But we're going to be having weekly journaling with Amanda Pitt, and she's going to be, taking you through a journaling process weekly, as well as oracle readings. We have an Indigenous medicine practitioner, Sarah Barba, and she works with Indigenous medicine wisdom. And on the new moon, I think it's April 16th. I might have that wrong. Don't
I'm
quote
going
me.
to share dates in another slide.
Yeah, okay. On the new moon, she's going to be providing us with a sound healing as well. And then we also have another sound healing practitioner, Michelle Kurds, for on the full moon. That'll be our closing day on May 5th. She's going to be doing a sound bath and sound healing for us. We're getting breath work and meditation with Asha. And a few of these will be like weekly offerings where you can check in every week, and it'll be this nice kind of maintenance check-in or getting you grounded for the week. And some will be one-offs. So we're going to put the schedule on the Facebook group so you can see the calendar, when people are going live, when we're having Zooms and webinars. You can post graphics or inspirational things there as well. We're also having Bianca Jade, who's going to be teaching us how to use a pendulum for plant spirit divination. And we also have Ariana Harley, who is going to be doing poetry for cleansing. And we have so much more. We don't have all the dates set yet, but Erin Fugate is going to be teaching us about making moon rituals, moon oil rituals, the benefits of bone broth and digestion health, and using castor oil packs. And also going back, Sandra is going to be doing a few presentations on nutrition and the maintenance of our energy field, as well as our lymphatic system. So our hope is that every day there will be something going live on the Facebook Live, even if it's just 10 minutes. All of those will be recorded. All of those will be put on a YouTube channel so that if you miss them, there'll be a library for the Pink Moon Cleanse where you can go and see what you missed for the day. And as well, I hope to offer movement and some dance mornings and evenings during the cleanse, as well as talking about plant communing, how we use plants and we use their stories to help us get ourselves into the cycle of the plant world and their wisdom. So much is going on, and we'll just continue to update on the Facebook page, the calendar, so you know exactly what's going on.
Thanks, Contessa. Yeah, it's really exciting. It kind of feels like we've created a cleanse festival. So get in that.
Yes.
that celebration. And you know, the reason that we're going to have these Facebook Lives almost every day is to keep us all engaged. So I want you to give yourself permission that you don't have to catch everything. This isn't a class. You're not going to be graded. This is really just an opportunity to keep yourself inspired and motivated and connected. So dip into what you want to, let go what doesn't interest you, and the recordings will be available so you can always go back later. So do you want to cleanse? Put in the chat if you are ready for this and you are a full body yes to this cleanse. I just want to see yes, I want it, and I'm going to give you your next steps. So you're going to want to go join the Facebook group. It is the Pink Moon Cleanse Facebook group. It's been sent out in lots of emails. You should have it. If you don't have it, let us know in the chat and we'll put a link in there. You want to go and subscribe to the Jasmine and Juniper YouTube if you're not going to be on Facebook. I know some people aren't on Facebook, totally understand. It's great if you can come to Facebook and be in the community, because you can communicate with people and make new friends and find accountability partners. But if you cannot be on Facebook, subscribe to Jasmine and Juniper on YouTube so you get the recordings of the webinars and the lives. Order your Cleanse and Restore kit right now if you're planning to do the doTERRA cleanse, or get with the person who invited you and kind of decide what you want to order. Put the important dates in your calendar. On the next slide, I will give you important dates. And cleansing is more fun when you invite friends. This is exactly how this cleanse started. I thought to myself, I really need to do a cleanse. And I started asking my friends if they wanted to cleanse. And before I knew it, so many people wanted to cleanse that I was like, well, let's just do it as a community. So you still have time to go and invite people. You can send them this video. You can invite them to the Facebook group. You can walk them through everything you learned today, but bring more friends into the cleanse. So here are the links for the Facebook group and the YouTube channel, facebook.com/groups/Pink Moon Cleanse. If somebody feels like putting that in the chat, that might be helpful. I don't think I can really grab it right now. I love seeing all the yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Ready, ready, ready. And then YouTube is youtube.com/ at Jasmine and Juniper. So you can go subscribe there. Here are the dates you want to save. Take a screenshot of this. And then after this webinar, put it into your calendar so you don't forget. We have the March 20th preparation webinar. I thought I changed this. This is actually at 5 p.m. Let me do that really quick so we have it the correct time. So our preparation webinar is 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and this is going to really be the place you want to come to get all the details on, like, when do I take this supplement and why do I take that herb and what does that oil do and how do I set myself up for success. It's really where you're going to get your head in the game. The actual cleanse, like when we start taking our products, our oils, when we start maybe making diet changes, when we start being fully present for that 30 days, starts April 6th. On April 20th, we will have a new moon sound healing on Zoom. So it'll be a chance for us to all come together live, see each other's faces. This is where Sarah will come and do a sound healing for us. On May 5th, we are going to have the end of cleanse celebration. This is the full flower moon. We will have another sound healing just to close out the cleanse, celebrate, see each other, see the difference. We should do before and after pictures so we can see the glowing that we've created. So I am going to stop the recording now and then jump into Zoom for questions and answers. But in closing, I can't wait to cleanse with you. This is going to be so fun. And I can't wait to learn from all the different speakers. And thank you for watching this webinar.